Welcome to the Carolina Beat, everyone. I'm over here with the owner of the Wealth Plan Company, Mr. Brandon Hayes, and today we're talking a little bit how to plan for your child's college fund. How are you, sir?
Doing well, yourself?
And I do want to say, you know, I often think to myself, for someone who also paid for my life, okay, I think to myself, should family have to pay for children's college or their children's college?
That's a very good question, and that comes down to the basically the fundamental conversation we have in our household.
Yeah.
I paid my way through college. Although my wife worked in college, her family paid for most of hers, and that as a society is something that you have to make an individual choice on with your family. But it goes to the root of when somebody should start planning for college.
Well, that's a good point. Well, when should they? When you're born?
Well,
because college is so darn expensive now.
It is, and that's another thing that you've got to look at is how are you going to do college? But back to when, we often have new parents come in and they want to start a college plan right away for their kids, but yet they haven't done their full plan. They haven't taken care of life insurance, disability, gotten their retirement plan squared away.
See?
So they're jumping right to another goal.
And that's what I was wanting to say to you. A lot of family, a lot of parents think about the kids first, and exactly what you just said, you have to take care of yourself first. Ensure that you have life insurance, ensure that you have your savings, because guess what? Maybe those kids aren't going to look after you when you're retiring.
That's right, absolutely. Or what happens if something happens to you before they get to college? The college fund is not going to get them through
Alrighty.
life.
So how do I save for college for my little Jimmy that was just born?
There are multiple ways, and it comes to personal preference. There are a couple of different college accounts that are set up specifically for higher education. Talk to an advisor about one of those.
Oh, really?
North Carolina has a very good website that gives a lot of information about that. It's actually a very good website for a lot of things college, but there are different funds where you can save for it in a different account.
Okay, well, mind you, is that tax-free?
It depends on the state, how it grows.
Okay.
At this point, they have some tax advantages, but it also is state by state.
All right. How much should one be putting aside for a college fund?
That's a good question. I did run a little calculation today for my child who's going into the first grade to the best school.
How old's your first child?
He is 6.
6, and you're already thinking about their college fund?
Well, we started a while back, but
Interesting.
this is what I do, so that's how we do things. But for him to go to East Carolina, which is the best school in North Carolina,
Yeah.
It was estimated out that it would cost about $144,000 for him to
Oh
go
my gosh.
for 4 years. And so for that, if you didn't have anything saved with reasonable growth rates, you'd have to save around $700 a month for that. So it's not a small feat to do.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
So should you, look, we're not here to give advice
Sure.
on whether you buy stocks or buy property, or we're not here for that. And it's a good advice you're saying, because it gives people a bit of a scale. But what happens if you can't afford that?
Well, you do the best.
Should you be feeling bad about that?
Not at all.
I don't think you should.
Not at all. You save as much as you can, and that helps you out the most. But then you have to get creative as it gets closer. And one of the things is we have a very good resource here in Wilmington, and many counties do. But it's great to start at a community college for the first couple of years. It really reduces your cost, and then allows you to not spend as much on your full education.
Okay, so I just want to ask you one quick question, if I may. If I was to come and see you, and we've started off at, say, $300 a month, because that's where we are, and I may get a yearly bonus or a quarterly bonus, can I take that money and invest it or put it where I need to? Can I come back to you and say, look, can you add this money to it?
Sure, you could.
Yeah. Okay, so once you set up the plan, you're saying that it's possible to change it as
100%.
the years go on. You're not just stuck in that plan.
Depending on the plan, you're
All
not
right.
at all.
Good advice. Thank you, my friend. And good luck to your 6-year-old son
Thank
for
you.
school. Back after this short break, everyone. If you want to find out anything else, there it all is up on the screen there for you. The Wealth Plan Company, Brandon Hayes, teaching you how to save for your kids' college.